Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I didn't really have too much of an agenda. I just wanted to talk about and have a little bit of a whinge to you guys, I guess, or a little bit of a rant. Before I start my rant, I don't really have a thought process for this. We're just going to kind of have a bit of a chat about the state of the game, and what's going on and why it's the case and a few things like that. I might maybe jump into some PvP while I do it, but I do actually want to talk and kind of show you guys some heroes and stuff. So let's do it. So before I get started, I obviously love this game. I just want to preface that I don't want you guys thinking I'm getting on here and bashing this game. I really do enjoy this game. It's a lot of fun, and for being it is technically a free game. You can obviously buy bundles and all this kind of stuff as well, which is how they make money, which again is fair enough, right? Like, I get this. It's a business model. They need to be able to afford to continue to pay their devs and engineers and promote and all that kind of stuff. So again, no shade, and I do love this game, but it's kind of, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but when I got into this game, I got into it because I loved the show, right? I loved the anime. I thought the whole series, the manga, all that kind of stuff was sick. I loved all the different iterations of the heroes, right? Like, as much as annoying as this hero is, this is Goddess Liz, right? And then you had like fully awakened Liz, right? Like, all this stuff was really cool, and I really enjoyed, like, I loved getting in and getting the one when I like the original outfit, like, where is it? This. I loved jumping in and then having like his Sunshine Sacred Axe Reader. And then his ultimate, walking in and doing Divine Sword Escanor was just the coolest thing ever, right? So, like, this is really, really cool, and this is why I got into this game. However, the problem is let's say, and this is kind of true, you guys have heard me talk about it, Assault Melee is probably one of my favorite iterations of Meliodas, and I just think he is one of the most badass dudes in this show. I think he looks so cool. Like, the gear, like his demeanor, his attitude, everything was just a bit of a big, yeah, anyway, I won't say that because I'm on YouTube, but you guys know what I mean, right? Like, he's just so cool, like, to me, right? And you guys might have other favorite heroes in this game, like, maybe you absolutely love Zeldris in his normal outfit, right? That's not the right one I'm talking about, but maybe you're obsessed with like a Barn, right? And you think Purgatory Barn is awesome, right? And you loved him in his initial outfit, in this stuff, right? Or maybe you really like OG Merlin, or you know what I mean, like, what I'm getting at, like, you like Skinny King, right? Like, whatever it is, there might be a couple of heroes that you really enjoy in this game, whether it be Ludo, whatever, right? The problem that we have is you have heroes like this, right? And when I say problem, I want to preface this with, this Escanor is awesome, right? And he's really fun to use in the game, minus my pathetic 1 out of 6, right? Like, his abilities are just insane. He's a PvE monster. He's good in PvP, but like, the power creep is kind of real, right? And like, if you put Escanor against anyone that's pretty much not Purgatory Meliodas and the Demon Team at the moment, you're pretty much going to get obliterated, right? And like, it's just crazy that these two heroes, again, mine's a free to play, right? And I'm going to keep saying this, but I have almost 66k CC on my melee, right? Which is just insane. Like, before I would have been happy to get to like 60k, right? Or my Liz, who is about 8-9 months old now, right? 62k CC, and she's 6 out of 6, right? So we're just getting to the point where heroes are insanely strong, and it's a lot of fun, right? It really is. Like, you guys love, like, we all love seeing massive numbers in PvP and massive numbers in demonic beasts and making them easier for ourselves and stuff, right? Which is wicked. But let's say you're a Monspeet fan. Like, he's just crap. Like, he's just not good. Like, you can't use, like, you could build an entire team around him and sink all your resources into him, and he'd be still just not usable. I don't know. Like, his stats suck, right? Like, he's just like 46% crit chance, and 65% crit resistance. Like, this just doesn't cut it anymore, right? 53% PS rate. Like, this stuff is just, it doesn't cut it. And this is the problem when you release such powerful heroes and you leave heroes like this in the dust. And this comes back to the age-old argument that we keep having, right? Is buff older heroes, right? Like, it's as simple as that. Like, yes, we all know power creep's going to continue to happen. You're going to keep releasing new bosses. They're going to be harder and harder, and CCs are going to continue to go up easier and easier, and it's going to get more and more insane. But like, you've got, I can't find a good example, but like, let's say you like Melaskia, right? Like, she's still kind of fun because of her passive, but she has such a specific use case in this game where it's like floor 3 Tower of Trials, I think it is, or floor 2, or just keeping your new Purgatory Meliodas alive in PvP, right? Like, there's no other real use case for her. So it's very hard to go in and build a team of your favorite heroes, right? Like, say you really like Derriere, like, and she's a lot of fun for you, but like, no enemies can feel ultimate gauge by moving skills. Like, this just doesn't cut it anymore, right? Like, this is just not something that you want to. And look, they're always going to have filler heroes in the game, right? You're always going to have heroes and units in the game that are here just to basically, make the other ones look good, right? And that can be said, obviously, of things like Kayn, even though, his ignites can sometimes be helpful in small scenarios, right? You've got, like, Red Eastern, again, like, but it's just, poor Zeldris, man. Poor Zeldris. Like, I know we've got new Omnis Nebula Zeldris, but he's still a support unit, right? Like, they're releasing some awesome stuff, and we're getting some really cool heroes and units, but I feel like sometimes they're just not listening to us as a community, where we're like, give us a high DPS Zeldris, right? Like, Zeldris is an awesome character in this anime, right? Like, it's just doesn't, and like, he's gonna sit down here for a long ass time for me, right? Just because he's not worth investing in, like, and I know they've only got a limited amount of things they can do and a limited amount of like times and stuff they can run, but like, half these heroes I don't care about, like, there's no point me getting any of these, because there's just, like, there's a couple in here obviously that I do want, like, I want Suicide Liz and stuff, but like, there's no point, you know what I mean? Like, I might as well just wait for the next festival unit to come out, invest all my stuff into it, at the very, as soon as they come out, the new units. And like, yeah, that's an okay way to play the game, I guess, but it also makes it very difficult for returning players or new players or people that maybe want to take a break, because as soon as you take a break for like more than a couple of months, and I suppose that's what they don't want, right? Like, they don't want you taking a break, which is fair enough, but like, if I want to go build a PvP team, like, let's go to PvP and then let's try and do, let's just jump in here, right? Like, if I don't build this kind of team, like, or if I, if I don't do this, then there's literally almost no point me playing. Like, let's say, I don't use, Time Your Link's always going to be in the game, right? But, let's say I'd invested in some of these heroes and I really wanted to use, like I said, let's say I'm a Derriere fan, right? And I love Derriere, I'm a big simple, or I love Droll, right? Like, Droll was sick in the anime. Actually, you know what? Who I'd really like to see is Glocks. I really liked Glocks in the anime as well. I thought he was sick. So let's say rather than this melee, I wanted to use Assault Meliodas, wherever he is. Right? Love Assault melee. Let's do this, right? Let's do an Assault melee. We'll leave Estarossa because he's super, like, again, like, let's say I wanted to do a Three Brothers team, right? And let's say I'd invested in this Estarossa, and I invested in my other Zeldris, right? Or let's say I loved Glocks, so I want to do Glocks, right? Like, again, we haven't invested in them, obviously, so my CC's garbage. But, like, this just wouldn't be a viable team, like, at all, because it's just outdated, the skills are outdated. Like, and that's gonna happen, right? Like, in Kuriza, he's defeated by every surviving ally. So, like, sure, but, like, these skills and stuff, like, you can probably maybe still get away with the Sisterosa a little bit, but, like, they're just not... You can't compete. You literally need to just run. If you're not running these guys, then, you know, it's like basically just forget it. Where's my Sisterosa? There he is. You know? Because there's no point. Because otherwise you'll just get absolutely creamed by your Purgatory Maladies, your Sisterosas, you know, your the one Escanors, you know, and it's just, I don't know, it's not ruining the game. The game is still lots of fun, like I said. I still love this game. It just makes it less versatile, I suppose. Like, I can't use as many teams, especially as a free-to-play player, right? Like, if I'm a free-to-play player, I've only got a certain amount of, you know, resources and stuff to invest. Like, sure, if I whale out, I can probably invest in Derriere and give her full max costumes or full max outfits and make her look good. And same thing with Droll, right? Like, but, like, you know, even this Petrify card is great. But then you've got Margaret, who cleanses debuffs. You've got Melly, who just instantly cleanses debuffs when he gets to it. And it's just, like, it's just kind of, you know, redundant. Like, even the Goddess team, right? Like, I did a video on the Goddess team not too long ago. Where have I got? I've got, you know, I've got Liz, I've got Margaret, I've got, you know, I've got Sariel. It just, you know what? We're going to do it. We're going to do a team of this. And it just hurts because it, like, there's not really much you can do in regards to just straight up surviving, right? Like, if I do this and then let's do that, and then let's put, where is he? Where is my blue Tarmiel? There he is. You know, like, there's no chance of this team, and we're gonna try it for fun, but there's no real chance of this team surviving, you know, or actually being able to compete, just because of the sheer one CC difference, right? The CC difference is massive, and, like, these heroes aren't all that old, right? Like, these heroes are still semi-relevant. Like, Blue Tarmiel is obviously a bit older, but, you know, Liz has only just come out. Margaret's still here. Like, this is all still a semi-relevant team, and obviously they're used in, you know, knighthood boss battles and stuff, but you know, and obviously you wouldn't start here in terms of, you know, buffing a team, but, like, you know, these guys are all level 100 apart from Blue Tarmiel, you know, fully SA'd. I've got holy relics for both of these, for all three of these people, right? And I'm getting 278, which, you know, there's definitely better scenarios for this, obviously, but it just, you know, you can't really cut it. So it's just a little bit kind of frustrating, I suppose, like, because you could just run something like this and, you know, you win. So yeah, I didn't want to spend too long on this, guys. I just wanted to quickly, you know, have a bit of a rant about why it can be a little bit upsetting to, you know, if they just buff some old heroes and make some of the other heroes more viable, or do it, like, slowly and progressively, it would make the game so much more fun, because then you just have so much more diversity of heroes you can invest in, and, like, different teams you can run. Otherwise, you know, we all end up just with this team, especially in PvP, right? Like, having the ability to run, like, Derriere and Mon Speed and Droll and Glocks and, you know, whatever it may be, in, you know, whatever you want is a lot of fun. So I'm definitely not the only person to have ranted about this, but, you know, hopefully they'll listen at some point and, you know, maybe buff them. Like I said, I do love this game. It is a fantastic game, and, you know, they do it a lot better than I ever could. But just I wanted to have a mini rant at you guys, and hopefully you guys agree, or if not, you know, feel free to throw what you think in the comments below. But, you know, being able to play a couple of, like, these guys would be effectively would be a lot of fun. But yeah, that's all I got for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed my little rant, and I'll catch you all in the next one.